What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Hopefully, there shouldn't be too many distractions in this video. I moved my microphone to the side, so the camera shouldn't be trying to pick on which one it's going to focus on between me and the microphone. There is a little bit of a hum in the background. That's because my air is on, as well as my fan. It is very hot today, so I'm going to go ahead and have to, deal with that. Normally, I try to be professional, but today, all professionalism goes out the window. Speaking of professionalism going out the window, today I'm going to be reacting to George Carlin, Fear of Germs, which is a segment that somebody actually recommended to me. I will go ahead and leave the person who recommended it in the comment section so that they can come in and get their credit. I'm not really sure what exactly this falls in line with. I'm guessing it's probably going to be like people who are like germaphobes, so that Howie Mandel type of person who has a problem with shaking hands and things like that, but I don't really know off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and check this out, see what it has to offer. George Carlin is, an absolute legend in comedy. I'm sure he is going to tackle it from a direction that I probably won't be expecting him to go, but let's go ahead and see what he has to say about it.
Because that's what Americans do now. They're always willing to trade away a little of their freedom in exchange for the feeling, the illusion of security. What we have now is a completely neurotic population obsessed with security and safety and crime and drugs and cleanliness and hygiene and germs. There's another thing, germs. Where did this sudden fear of germs come from in this country? Have you noticed this? The media constantly running stories about all the latest infections, salmonella, E. coli, hantavirus, bird flu, and Americans they panic easily, so now everybody's running around scrubbing this and spraying that and overcooking their food and repeatedly washing their hands, trying to avoid all contact with germs.
Yeah. It's
ridiculous, and it goes to ridiculous lengths. In prisons, before they give you a lethal injection, they swab your arm with alcohol.
Do they really?
It's true.
Seems like a waste of alcohol.
Well, they don't want you to get an infection. And you can see their point. Wouldn't want some guy to go to hell and be sick. It would take a lot of the sportsmanship out of the whole execution. Fear of germs, why these fucking pussies? You can't even get a decent hamburger anymore. They cook the shit out of everything now because everybody's afraid of food poisoning. Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Take a fucking chance, will you? You know how many people die in this country from food poisoning every year? 9,000. That's all. It's a minor risk. Take a fucking chance, bunch of goddamn pussies. Besides,
with a hard
P on it. What do you think you have an immune system for? It's for killing germs. But it needs practice. It needs germs to practice on.
Exactly. That is true. Your immune system does, and hopefully I'm explaining this to somebody that doesn't know it yet. If you do, you probably skip this part where I'm talking. But yeah, if you have to expose your body to dirt and grime and things like that, your body gets more used to it, so it makes your body more durable when it comes to dealing with germs. I forgot which study I was reading, but there was a study that said that kids that like go outside and play in dirt and stuff like that tend to be more healthier than kids that don't, because they've been in that situation where they're dealing with germs on a regular basis, so their body has a chance to, develop counters against those germs. Yeah, your body is just like any other. Your body is a living thing in and of itself, and everything is all about adapting, evolution, everything, adapting. Your body's the exact same way. It adapts to stuff. If you work out, your body gets bigger so it can get used and will not be as hurt the next time you work out. That's the reason why your muscles build. That probably goes for just about anything. So the more you do something, the more your body tries to get itself in a position where it's more equipped to deal with it the next time you do it. That includes germs as well.
So listen. If you kill all the germs around you and live a completely sterile life, then when germs do come along, you're not going to be prepared.
You're screwed.
And never mind ordinary germs. What are you going to do when some super virus comes along that turns your vital organs into liquid shit? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, you're going to die, and you're going to deserve it.
With that being said, germs adapt too.
You got a fucking weak immune system. Now,
germs adapt too.
God damn it. Hey. All right. Let me tell you a true story about immunization, okay? When I was a little boy in New York City in the 1940s, we swam in the Hudson River, and it was filled with raw sewage.
Oh my God, I just thought about something. And this is just real quick. I don't know if anti-vaxxers were a thing back when George Carlin was alive and doing his comedy. I'm sure it probably was, but it was probably like a really small niche group. Can you imagine what the hell he has to say now? With people going, oh no, vaccines are bad for you and stuff like that. Could you imagine? He probably wouldn't say anything because it would be like Darwinism. Like, yeah, just go ahead and let him do that. I mean, it could be technically be dangerous for us, but I'm sure he would just be like, okay, fine, this is survival of the fittest.
Okay, we swam in raw sewage, you know, to cool off.
Like
and
elephants.
At that time, the big fear was polio. Thousands of kids died from polio every year. But you know something? In my neighborhood, no one ever got polio. No one ever. You know why? Because we swam in raw sewage. It strengthened our immune systems. The polio never had a prayer. We were tempered in raw shit. So personally, I never take any special precautions against germs. I don't shy away from people who sneeze and cough. I don't wipe off the telephone. I don't cover the toilet seat. And if I drop food on the floor, I pick it up and eat it. I eat it.
Screw the 5-second rule.
Even if I'm at a sidewalk cafe in Calcutta, the poor section, on New Year's morning during a soccer riot. And you know something? In spite of all that so-called risky behavior, I never get infections. I don't get them. I don't get colds. I don't get flu. I don't get headaches. I don't get upset stomachs. And you know why? Because I got a good, strong immune system, and it gets a lot of practice. My immune system is equipped with the biological equivalent of fully automatic military assault rifles with night vision and laser scopes. And we have recently acquired phosphorus grenades, cluster bombs, and anti-personnel fragmentation mines. So, when my white blood cells are on patrol, reconnoitering my bloodstream, seeking out strangers and other undesirables, if they see any suspicious-looking germs of any kind, they don't fuck around. They whip out the weapons, they wax the motherfucker, and deposit the unlucky fellow directly into my colon.
So, in other words, your white blood cells are like Nazis.
Into my colon. There's no nonsense. There's no Miranda warning. There's none of that 3 strikes and you're out shit. First defense, bam, into the colon you go.
Just throw him down the poop chute.
And speaking of my colon, I want you to know I don't automatically wash my hands every time I go to the bathroom, okay? Can you deal with that? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
You know what's funny? And I'm going to go back a little bit so you can finish it. You know what's really funny? If you go to a public restroom or something and use the bathroom and leave without washing your hands, people will look at you like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Why? That's nasty. Dude just left without washing his hands. But then when you're at home, how many people actually like wash their hands after they use the bathroom? I guarantee it's not a lot of them. So it's just kind of funny. I mean, I understand why you would do it in a public place because you don't want to contribute and add on to the potential germs that could be there. But when you're at home, you don't do it at all. I mean, I always wash my hands in public places just to clear that out. But I'm just saying, the way we look at people who don't can be kind of funny sometimes.
With that, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know when I wash my hands? When I shit on them. That's the only time.
Or go swimming in sewage.
And you know how often that happens? Tops. 2-3 times a week. Tops. Maybe a little more frequently over the holidays. You know what I mean?
What the hell is he doing on his weeks?
And I'll tell you something else, my well-scrubbed friends. You don't always need a shower every day. Did you know that? It's overkill.
That's
Unless
true,
you
too.
work out or work outdoors, or for some reason come in intimate contact with huge amounts of filth and garbage every day, you don't always need a shower. All you really need to do is to wash the 4 key areas: armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. Got that? Armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth.
I throw feet in there too.
In fact, you can save yourself a whole lot of time if you simply use the same brush on all 4 areas.
And it also helped with that whole immune thing, huh? Oh man, yeah. George Carlin is always great. He always the way he talks, it makes me think that. I mean, I get that when you're a comedian, you have a routine. Chances are this isn't the first time he just broke it out and just like used it. If you're a comedian, you kind of have to like practice and see how well it works over with an audience. But how many times does he have to repeat this routine, whether it's memorizing some paper he wrote it on, or whether he went to a bunch of different clubs and did it so many times that he actually just has it memorized? The way he talks and how fast he's going and some of the things he's describing, like the way he was describing the weapons that his white blood cells have, it would be amazing if he was able to do that without having to like go over it over and over and over and over again and actually memorize it. Because that's kind of his style. Like when he goes into these like tangents about like descriptive words and making references and stuff, he just like bam, 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 bam. He's just going. So what exactly? Because he can't be coming up with that off the top of his head. He just can't. My human brain will not allow me to believe that he is doing that. It just won't. So somewhere out there is footage of George Carlin at a comedy club somewhere practicing his routines, and he is like stumbling over his words. It has to exist somewhere. But yeah, it's funny how the whole story of germs work. Like I said, if chances are if something is alive, it adapts. So that includes you, that includes your body, that includes your the germs in your body, the germs around you, viruses, bacteria, everything. All that stuff, it adapts over time, and if you aren't really doing a lot of damage to it, it will start to adapt to whatever damage you're doing, and it will get stronger. That's one of the reasons why they say you're not supposed to use hand sanitizer and antibiotics a lot, because while it will kill the germs, it won't kill all the germs. There will be some germs that are left off, and the ones that are left off will start to get stronger from the antibiotics and hand sanitizers and stuff, and will start to develop, I don't necessarily call it offspring, but when they start to like multiply, then the pieces that multiply will be more likely to be able to stand up against whatever it is that you try to use to get rid of it. And the more you do it, the more they're going to get used to it, and eventually it's going to get to the point where you're going to create a bacteria or a virus that is immune to that solution, period. It's funny how like your body as a whole is just a gigantic battlefield of microscopic wars between like your cells and bacteria and stuff. Like I was telling my family the other day, like it's crazy when you think about it. Like our brain, like everything, our entire body, our brains, everything is just a collection of smaller things put together. Like this hand you're looking at, this body you're looking at, the face, everything is just like tiny cells working together to do stuff. When I smile, this is the effort of millions upon millions of cells working together to give my face an expression. And they're all working together for their own well-being. The fact that smiling is less likely to have somebody come up and punch me in the goddamn face, my body's going to want me to do that to try to relieve any type of crazy situation I might get myself into. Same with self-defense and everything. It's your body working as one. It's mind-blowing when I think about it. I know I sound like I'm some type of stoner or some shit, but I'm not. So I've had videos in the past where people thought, hey, this guy looks like he's high as fuck. I'm not. I just say stupid shit sometimes, and sometimes it's weird, and it makes me think like, wow, I can't believe that I'm thinking about this, but it's just something that kind of blows my mind when I think about it. But anyway, that's been this video. I want to thank you guys for coming through. I'm Devon DaVinci. You've just been enlightened, I hope. Hopefully I didn't say anything you already knew, but if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go ahead and move on to another video, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. But until then, I'm going to give you the deuces. Peace.